Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a little different. It's actually a viewer requested video, but the viewer happens to be my family. I actually had a birthday not that long ago, and my two nephews gave me this amazing, see if you guys can see it, move this mic over here, this amazing Narwhal t-shirt. You guys see it? Because they know me so well and they know that the narwhal is my favorite animal. I mean, how cute is this thing, really? Like, are you kidding me? Hands down, the narwhal has been my favorite animal for a while now. And you guys know my love of crazy creatures that look like they should be totally fake, but are actually totally real, that I share on this channel from time to time. So when my nephews gave me this t-shirt, they were like, you should wear that t-shirt in a YouTube video about narwhals. And I was like, yeah. I should wear this shirt and make a YouTube video about narwhals. Why haven't I done that yet? So a huge thanks to T and J for a very excellent suggestion, and this video is dedicated to you two. So I'm sure none of you are completely unfamiliar with a narwhal. I feel like they've really made a comeback in the last few years, and when you look them up on Etsy, like type in narwhal on Etsy, there are literally tens of thousands of mugs, t-shirts, stickers, backpacks, all featuring like adorable versions of this creature. I mean, and they are cute, don't get me wrong, their nickname is the unicorn of the sea. But for me, narwhals are also just weird. They live in isolated areas, they're hard to spot, and they're like beautifully mysterious. They are a species of toothed whale native to the Arctic, and they are pretty good size. They grow between 13 to 20 feet long. Other toothed whales include dolphins, porpoises, and basically any whale with actual teeth. Because in case you didn't already know, that unicorn-looking horn thing coming out from a narwhal is actually a canine tooth. Narwhals actually have two teeth, and it's the left one that grows into a long spiraled tusk. And this tusk can grow to be up to 10 feet long. That is a tusk that is potentially bigger than a person. Let's just sit on that for a moment. It's mostly males that have this long canine tooth, though some females can also have the tusk, though it is much rarer. The ivory tusk tooth grows right through the narwhal's upper lip. Scientists are not exactly certain of the tusk's purpose, but some believe it is prominent in mating rituals, perhaps used to impress females or to battle rival suitors. Some narwhals can even grow two tusks, which I guess would just mean you're like a super foxy narwhal. But some scientists think that the tusks might actually be more like antlers on deer. Not necessarily for offense, as the look might suggest, but more to kind of show who's the fittest male around. The tusk has millions of nerve endings that connect seawater stimuli to the brain, allowing the narwhal to sense temperature variability in its surroundings. These nerves may be able to pick up the slightest increase or decrease in the magnitude of particles and water pressure. And there have definitely been some new theories as to the purpose of the tusks. According to Dr. Martin Nguia, a narwhal expert, he theorizes that male narwhals may rid themselves of incrustations on their tusks by rubbing them together, rather than having a good old-fashioned sword fight over the ladies. And other uses for the tusk were recently discovered when drone footage from August 2016 in northern Canada revealed that narwhals use their tusks to tap and stun small Arctic cod, making them easier to catch for feeding. They are often sighted swimming in groups of about 15 to 20, but reports of hundreds or even thousands of narwhals all swimming together have been reported. Sometimes these groups become trapped by shifting pack ice and fall victim to Inuit hunters, walruses, or polar bears. And killer whales have always been a huge predator for narwhals. The narwhal inhabits the Arctic waters of Canada, Greenland, and Russia. Every year, they migrate to ice-free submarine grounds, usually in shallow waters, and often return to the same sites in subsequent years. Their diet mainly consists of cod, Greenland halibut, cuttlefish, and shrimp. Now, not very much is known about the narwhal, as I said in the beginning of this video, largely because they are difficult to study. They live in remote places, far from civilizations, in a habitat that is dark for half the year or covered in ice for half the year. So the footage that we actually do have of them is really extraordinary. And for me, that actually might be one of the things I kind of like about them the most. Their elusiveness. It's like blink and you miss me. I can only imagine sea explorers seeing a narwhal for the first time and being like, does that whale have a horn? But we do know that narwhals have developed into being one of the deepest diving marine mammals. They are capable of diving to depths of more than 1,800 meters, or about 5,900 feet, and they spend a lot of their time below 800 meters, or about 2,600 feet. And not many animals can sustain such intense pressures below the surface of the water and stay under the surface of the water for so long. They change their diets seasonally, feeding very intensely in the winter and eating way less in the summer. And this feeding pattern is the opposite of other subarctic whale species who tend to migrate south for the winter and feed very intensely in the summer. And speaking of feeding, narwhals, like most toothed whales, use sound to navigate and hunt for food. They primarily vocalize through clicks, whistles, and knocks created by air movement between chambers near the blowhole. And I gotta say, it is pretty cute. I mean, these are just objectively cute noises. Now, here is the craziest thing about narwhals, their potential age. According to NOAA, the average narwhal lives for about 30 to 50 years, but they can live up to 100+ years. In some cases, up to 125 years, though that tends to be more common with females. And it is speculative. This is based on the dating of the lenses from the eyes of dead narwhals. But still, potentially 125 years, that is just super impressive. If that's a narwhal that's alive today, it is a narwhal born in 1899. What? I think they think that the bowhead whale is the oldest living mammal, I think. I remember reading this article about how they found this harpoon that dated from the 1880s in a bowhead whale that was still living in the early 2000s. So that's crazy. And apparently back then they didn't harpoon babies. So they're like thinking, is this whale 150 years old? I will find this article if I can, assuming I didn't make this up, and I will post it below. This is future Marion. I totally did find the article. I didn't make it up, and it is posted below in the description. Anyway, that was a whole tangent. They currently believe that there's about 100,000 narwhals in the world, give or take, and they are currently not considered an endangered species. However, they were hunted for their tusks for many years, and indigenous tribes in Greenland and Canada are still permitted to hunt narwhals to this day. But the use of drones in the last few years have really been a boon to researchers to help them understand more about this elusive creature. And also, frankly, just to admire him, because when the narwhal doesn't know that you're watching him, sometimes he does stuff like this. I'm not saying that that narwhal is dancing per se, but definitely some frolicking. Beautiful, beautiful frolicking. Okay, well, that's all I have for now. That is your biology lesson on narwhals. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Are narwhals in your top 5 favorite animals now? Maybe they moved up a few slots. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please give a little shout out to T and J in the comments below. I know nothing would thrill those kids more. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to T and J for an awesome suggestion. And as always, I will see you in the next video.